In this video, we're going to work on your Chapter 9 homework, problem number 11. If you'd like to follow along, open the Chapter 9 homework.xlsx workbook from My Courses and click on the Prob 11 worksheet tab. In this problem, we're supposed to develop a multiple regression model with categorical variables that incorporate seasonality. So what we're going to do is our base case is going to be January, so we'll regress as to whether it's February, March, April, May, June. So in order to do that, since all our data has to be together for a multiple regression, we're going to add 11 columns between A and B. So I'm going to click the down arrow at the top of B, and I will select 11 columns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now with my 11 columns selected, I'm going to right click hovering over any column header and then choose Insert. So I should have now inserted 11 columns. Now what we want to fill in across row 3 is February to December. Two ways that we can do this. First of all, we can just type Feb, F-E-B, and hit enter. I'm going to click on February, and I'm going to use the fill handle to drag that to the right. Excel thinks that when you use dates and when you use months, that you're not trying to just copy the cells, that you're actually trying to fill a series. So if I grab the fill handle from February, it will fill in all the months from February to December. Another neat way that we can do this, so I'm going to undo and I'm going to delete my Feb. Another way that we can do this is we can copy the range M5 down to M15. So I'm going to select the range M5 to M15, hit my copy icon. Now I'm going to click in cell B3, and instead of clicking paste, making sure that I'm on the home tab, instead of clicking paste, I'm going to click the down arrow and I'm going to choose the one that says transpose. So you can see here the arrows and show how it transposes. So instead of pasting down, it'll paste out. Either way will fill in those months. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to code a formula. So I'll hit escape to get rid of the marquee. Now what I'm going to do is, starting in row 4, I'm going to code a formula where if the month matches what is in row 3, so if what is in column M matches what is in column 3, we're going to give it a 1. If not, it's going to be a 0. If it's correct, we should see 1 in the diagonals starting for February, and all of the others are 0. So in order to code this with only one formula, I'm going to click in cell B4 for February year 1, and I'm going to click my Formulas tab, Logical, and then F. So if the month, so I'm going to click in cell M4, the month on the same row. Now our month is always in column M, but we do want it to change the row, but we always want it to check the column. So I'm going to hit my F4 until it says $M4. So if $M4 equals what is in row 3, so I'm going to click on cell B3, the one that's in the same column. Now for the second one, the column can change, but our second test is always on row 3. So I'm going to hit that F4 key or type the $ until it says B$3. So it will change the column, but it will always fix the testing on row 3. If in fact that is correct, we want it to return the number 1. If that is false, we want it to return the number 0. And again, if I'm correct, we should get diagonals beginning in February. So I'm going to click OK. I'm going to copy that formula all the way across row 4, all the way to column L using the fill handle. And then I'm going to double click the fill handle And we can see here that I have my diagonals, so February matches February, and March matches March, but doesn't match any other. So it actually does look like I've coded this correctly. Now I'm ready to do my regression analysis. So to do my regression analysis, I'm going to click any cell within the list. I'm going to click my Data tab, Data Analysis. If you don't see the Data Analysis button in the Analyze group, go to File, and then Options. On the left-hand side, click Add-ins. Next to Manage Excel Add-ins, click Go, and make sure your Analysis Toolpack is checked. And I click OK. When you go back to the Data ribbon, you should see the Analyze group with the Data Analysis button. So I'm going to click Data Analysis. I'll choose Regression and click OK. I'll delete whatever is in there because I was doing other homework problems. So delete my Y range, delete my X range, and delete my output range. So my Y range is going to be the units because I want to predict the units given the year and the month. So my Y range is N3, including the labels, all the way down to the bottom of the list, N39. Now my X range, I'm going to click in the X range box and I'm going to scroll up. My X range is going to be the year and all of the coded months. I cannot include column M because we can't regress words, we can only regress numbers. So my X range, is going to be cell A3 all the way down to L, as far down as it goes, 39. So make sure 3, 3, 39, 39. I'm regressing the same number of rows in both ranges. Very important that my labels box is checked because otherwise it'll take your first row as data and those are words, they're not numbers, so it will fail. So now all I need is to click on my output range, or if you want you can put it on a new worksheet, but I'm going to click in the output range, click in the output range box, and then I will click on cell P3 and click OK, and we have now run our regression. So we can see over here that for January our units sold is 34,309 plus 4540 multiplied by the year. If it's in fact February, it would add 3406 units to January. March would add 10,802. April adds 7134. May would add 10,693 because these are what all of these coefficients mean. Realize that we'll have any one month. So if it's March, the March coefficient gets a 1 and everything else gets a 0, where it's in August, the August coefficient gets a 1 and everything else gets a 0. So each of these coefficients tell us how much this month will add to January sales, which is our base case. So now we have finished problem number 11.